maybe a sponge. Okay, so I've got a dauber. I'm going to try using the dauber. So I shook the purple really well, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Dina Wakley purple. Blackberry violet, because it's a lot thicker. And the reason number 2 is I really want to get rid of this paint. It's really too thick for most of my applications that I would use it for. And I'm also going to use some lapis. So I've got blackberry violet and lapis. And then I'm going to use some Blue Lagoon, I think. I'm just going to try that too. Come on. There we go. All right. So let's see how this is going to work. Now I need to dauber it. Okay, so I want the blue flower here. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know. Like, it might need to be thicker than I think it does. Might need a little bit more paint out. Just a little. Come on. There we go. These things are a little tricky to get the paint out of. I have to learn how to work with them. And hopefully I've stuck it down to the Gelli Plate well enough where it's not going to seep under, even though it's a thicker application of paint. Okay, so I'm going to change to, oh, hello. I guess I'm going to change daubers completely. That just came right out of there. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do that. That didn't work too well. Okay, I'm going to hold it in my hand. Okay, so then I'm going to take the dark blue, and I want to work in the corner. With this flower, the dark blue, and then I want to bring in the purple on the bigger flower. So we got a mixture of purple and blue here. See, this Dina Wakley pen, I'm just not thrilled with it. I think I've had it too long, and it just doesn't thrill me. Okay, and then I'm going to put some more. I'm going to mix this up and do this one on the bottom. And mix these two and do this flower. So I've mixed the lapis and the Blue Lagoon for this last one. Okay, and I think that's kind of all I want to do. I only want to catch that on the edge there, just to see what it'll do. Okay, my sponge is opening up. Okay, now I'm going to remove this and let it dry, but I'm going to take the stencil into the journal. Okay, that's probably a better process. There we go. That's more what I was looking for earlier, and it didn't happen. Okay, so I forgot to hit the record button. Anyway, all I'm doing is putting tape on the plate. So I have a skinny one and I left a space. Then here's Okay, so here's what I use. I use the skinny tape, then I've got this tape, now I've got this tape, and they're gradually getting wider. Okay, that's my goal, is they're gradually going to get wider as they go down. So I'm going to use another piece of the Scotch tape. Uh-oh, I snagged the flower. Whoops. And I'm leaving a space. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll get the edges down best I can since it's sticky. All right, leave another space, and then I don't know if I want to use this one. This is awfully wide. I think I'm going to not use this one. I think it's too wide for what I want, and I'm going to use the Scotch tape again. Okay. Trying not to touch it. Okay. Hopefully the paint is dry. Okay, now this is going to be one pull to pick up this and what I'm going to do here. But I've got to do this part before I do the pull. So I've got one more thing to do here. I've got to find the black brayer. Here it is. Well, actually, that was the ink one, so I'm going to leave that for ink. This is the paint. Okay, and where's my black sheet? Here somewhere. Where are you? There it is. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay, so here's my black sheet for the paint. All right, I'm going to use my Americana lamp black, and I shook it real well a little bit ago, so I'm going to shake it a little bit more again. All right, now, okay, wish me luck with this. Hopefully it will do what I want it to do. So I'm going to brayer this on thinly across this whole thing. I need to get some on that edge. Bring it down. Yeah, that little white tape did not hold very well. And this is not painting as well as I had hoped. Alright, I'm just trying to get it as even as possible, and see the white tape has come up. And I may totally mess this up, but oh well. That's okay. We will deal. Alright, let me brayer that out. Some of it on the journal page. Boy, that thing is noisy. It's very noisy. Okay, now I'm going to pull this tape up, and then I'm going to put the fan over here to dry. Get off, get off, get off. Pull the tape. Scotch tape works better. This white stuff is that correction tape. That did not work very well. It won't stick. It's just paper tape, I think, and it just didn't want to stick well at all. And I think I got a fingerprint on that tape, so that didn't work well either. Okay, let me see if I can salvage this by wiping it a little bit with a piece of baby white. Let's see if I can salvage this at all. Okay, it still might do what I want. All right, that's fine. Okay, yeah. Oh, for some reason the paint's not sticking very well. So when I get it, when I do the actual journal page, I may have to go ahead and repaint that, but that's okay. The idea is there, and it's a good start. So it just didn't, I don't know, the paint didn't behave well. Okay, so I'm going to turn the recording off and let this dry with my, see, I've got my little fan here, and I can just set it down and turn it on. I put it on an extension cord so it'll stay put. Okay, so I'm going to let the paint dry now. All right. Okay, so my lines are dry, but they're not black enough. They're not thick enough. So I'm going to take some paint brushes and fill in the black again. Then I have to let it dry again. And then I want to do something else different at the bottom. So I'm going to see how straight I can get. Just adding another layer of paint. I tried to get brushes that weren't bigger than my lines. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Let's see it from the front anyway. Yeah, I turned the Gelli Plate over. Well, I looked up from the bottom, I should say. Since I have it on plexi, I can see through it. And it didn't look good to me, so I decided I needed more paint. Of course, my lines are not going to be as straight, but whatever. We'll go with it. We will definitely just go with it. Wonky lines and all. But at least it gave me some guidelines. I don't know, for some reason this isn't sticking. The paint's not sticking very well. Don't know why. I cleaned it off with a baby wipe. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. Oh, and I just got wonky right there. Trying to keep it a little straighter than that. There. Now, go back over this one. Boy, that really got wonky. I think that's all right. I'm going to leave that as it is. Go back over. There's a little bit in some spots. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to switch to the bigger brush and go over this other line. I need to clean my brushes, or half of them are in the water. See if I can go a little straighter. Come on. It's nerve-wracking trying to get this. Yeah, for some reason the black the paint's not wanting to stick. I don't know if that's got something to do with baby wipe or something else was on there. I don't know. If anybody's got any ideas, I'd like to hear it. I'm trying to get, you know, as thick a paint as I can, because, you know, not all of it may come off. onto the print. So I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I got here. And in my head, it's like I'm thinking that may not come all the way off. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to do something down here. I'm going to turn the plate again. Thank goodness for this plexi. Okay, bring it down where I can reach it instead of trying to do it up there. Okay, so what I want to do is where it didn't paint earlier. Yeah, it's beating up. I don't know why it's doing that. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Why would it do that? It was doing fine. And then it started beating up. I don't know. Oh, I may have to repaint this part on the page itself. So, because the paint is just not wanting to go on here. Don't know why. No idea. And it's still... Yeah, I'm probably just going to have to repaint this part somehow or other. Because it's not behaving. Okay, well, that's best I can do right now. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. And then we'll do the finish pole. But it's got to dry first. So, hello, I did it again. I'll just move it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right. Blow my nose again. Annoying. Okay, let's see. Now, yeah, it's dry. Okay, so now we're going to put the final coat on and do a pull. And we'll see what happens. Now, I just want it on a white background. So I'm going to use white paint. And I've got some Studio 71 paint. I have this huge tube. And I'm just going to do a coat of that with the light colored brayer, which probably needs cleaning anyway. All right, see what we can do here. We're just going to do the whole thing. I put out too much paint, but that's okay. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to do a pull. So I have cut an 8x10 sheet. And I'm going to try to center it on here best I can. And we shall see how this is going to work. If it's going to work. I certainly hope so. That's a lot of work. But I had this idea in my head and it wouldn't go away. So, we're doing it. Okay, let me see if it's ready. No, it is not. I have to let it sit here a minute. Rub. This is thicker paper, so it's going to absorb, needs time to absorb into it or something. It's getting wet. Let me try this corner. Nope. Still not working. Bummer. Nope. Sometimes it's hard to tell how much you have to let it sit here. And then sometimes the corners will get stuck, but the rest of it is fine. Oh, it's still not pulling. I didn't have enough paint on there? I don't know. It's still not coming up as well as I'd hoped. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to do it because it's just not going to work any better. Oh, okay. Ah, it worked better than I thought. Look at this, guys. Ah, that's a lot better than I thought. I had this idea in my head, and that's pretty much what I was thinking. That purple could have done a little bit better. I don't know why it didn't. Have to do a little extra painting on that one. Ah, but the black lines, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to do maybe a little thicker paint. Maybe that's what I need. It's a little bit thicker. That's cool. So there's that. Awesome. Gonna let it dry now. I'm going to hang it up.